Hi everybody. Today we're going to look at how to use standard deviation to set targets for operational groups in your organization. What we have here is plotted out a year's worth of tasks on a grid, just in a scatter plot, and we're utilizing standard deviation to find out what good targets would be for next year. So let's go ahead and see how to build this. So I'm going to go over to a brand new worksheet, and I'm going to just go ahead and start building my visualization. First thing I'm going to do is put the samples across the columns, and I'm going to put the process times as rows, and you see I get one dot there, so I need to go up and make sure I deaggregate the measures so I see everything. Now I've got everything on the grid here, but everything's together. What I'd like to do is just have a little bit more separation, so I'm going to grab the months and put that on the color card, and now you see I have different months in there. What we want to do first is find out what the average time is to do this process. Well, that's pretty easy. I'm going to go to the Analysis tab, take an average line, and I'm going to put it on the pane down in the process times because I'm trying to figure out what the target time should be for this process for next year. So look at that. My average is 10 minutes. Now here's one trick I can do. The average is getting kind of overrun by all the data points there. So I'm going to go down to my sample axis, and I'm going to edit that. And instead of starting at 0 or automatic, I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to go to -600 and go up to 1200, and then close that down. And now you see what I've done is my data is still here, but as I have my analytic lines in the view, they'll be over to the left and they'll be very clear. So I've got my average, that's good. Well, now let's put on a standard deviation band. So I'm going to grab my distribution band, come up here again. I'm going to go to process times and put it in the pane. Okay. Now by default, Tableau goes to 60 and 80% of the average. What we want to do is come down here and go to the standard deviation of -1 to 1. And that's it. And then let's make it a little bit more colorful. Let's maybe make it a yellow and put a line on there. And the other thing that might be nice is to give it a little bit better description. Here, just a standard deviation. What we're going to do is make this a limit. So let's customize our label and have that say limit, and then have it be the value. And then click OK. And that's it. Now what we've done is we've put a standard deviation band on all the data we had from last year. So we know that's what people did. And we also know that one standard deviation away from the average on top or below captures roughly 70% of all the data points for the year. But this is a pretty safe bet to say, hey, if we're looking at phone calls, approximately 84% have gotten their calls done in 11.96 minutes or 12. So maybe next year for our limit, it should be 12 minutes. If you want to have a stretch goal, maybe you make it 11 minutes and 45 seconds. The bottom line here is it's a very fast way to do some data analysis and come to the table in the target setting meetings with some facts and some data so that we're not just guessing every year what targets should be. Hope this tip helps, and have a great day.